Day and night. It's time for the season finale of Moon Knight. Alright, Excelsior, fellow Marvelers. It's time to watch this thing. Let's get this party started. Alright, so while the previously on is going on, I'm going to tell you why we are going to watch Moon Knight, the season finale, and why you should watch it too. If you've already watched it, then of course you don't need to be told that spoilers alert. So while the Marvel Studios tag is playing, I'm just going to say that the previous 5 episodes have been up and down, but it's a totally new direction for Marvel. So Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is coming out day after tomorrow, and that reminds me, May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. Alright, that's because it's Star Wars Day and Darth Vader. In fact, I'm going to pick him up right now. Yep. Darth Vader wishes you a happy Star Wars Day. Alright, the Marvel Studios tag is over and okay, spoiler number 1. The dead body of our Moon Knight is dragged out of where he was shot into the water with 2 plugs to his chest by Ethan Hawke's villain character Harrow. Harrow has got Khonshu's stoned statue in his hands and he's apologizing to Mark Spector for having killed him. He's putting the beetle that guided them to Amit's tomb on the chest of Mark Spector / Stephen Grant / Moon Knight. Oh, and Layla is eavesdropping. So for all intents and purposes in the real world, Moon Knight is dead. At least the avatar of Khonshu, the moon god, is dead. Okay, we are into the desert now and a convoy of 4 SUVs is racing through, raising a dust storm. There was a storm in Noida today, but a very little one. Okay. I'm feeling bad that Mr. Vader is not getting a good angle, so I'll give him a bit of a lift. Of course, Khonshu is going to be needed to bring Moon Knight back to life and make him Moon Knight again. But Layla is not gonna do it. Okay, this American Gods type thing that they have done in putting many gods in human form as avatars is kinda okayish, but let's see, they're lining up for a face-off. It's apparent that Harrow is going to win, but let's see how that goes. And Layla has reached the chamber of the gods where the Ushapti or the stoned statue of all the gods that don't follow orders are. Okay, that was quick. That got over pretty quickly because all the avatars of the other gods are dead. And here we go. A purple mist, which means Amit is released. Yep, that's a pretty big god. Literally. Alligator, huh? Oh, that reminds me. Loki alligator. And Layla has got the Ushapti, the stone statue of Khonshu. Okay, so going along with Egyptian myth and hieroglyphics and everything, Egyptology, animals occupy a pretty big thing in their gods, in their mythology. Okay, time for some exposition by the villain. That's a nice line. Do not let the pain of the past control you. Air quotes around that entire sentence, just to be clear. Boom! Khwanshu is back to his pony bird skeleton form, and he doesn't sense Mark in this world. And he's asking Layla to be his avatar. Okay, first of all, these gladiator type fields of wheat stretching out to the horizon things don't really strike me as heaven. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that Oscar Isaac, the actor in the character, is not going to be written out of the story like this. So I'm pretty sure he's going to decide to go back to the real world and avenge his second half of his soul, the museum worker. Okay, even the hippo god of the purgatory thing is saying that he doesn't need him anymore. Oh, and just like that, he's back in the sands. Wow. Well, anything for the story, right? Which is why I said Moon Knight is sort of an up and down thing. But let's see how this ends. There is still half an hour to go. Oh my god, he found his half brother or his half soul or whatever you want to call it. And he's frozen in sand with his hand stretched out as a mercy plea. Kind of a cheesy line to say, you are the only real superpower I ever had. But it's working. Anything for the story, am I right? Okay. So now the two half souls or two half hearts will become one and fight as one and defeat Amit and Ethan Hawke. Okay. I'm hoping for an action-packed ending because action has been a little low in Moon Knight. From the first episode itself, he was blacking out, and when he came back into his softer personality, the violence or the action was already over. Not that I'm a fan of violence, but I do like to see well choreographed action sequences. Oh, okay, something new. Gods fighting. The hippo has a last cameo. She parts the waters and lets Mark Spector come back to life. Reminds me of Pink Floyd, of course, coming back to life. Okay, so Oscar Isaac's character, the Moon Knight, is back with his healing powers and his fighting suit. And now that he's under the mask, I think it's time to let the action begin. Finally, after a lot of mytho and balancing the scales, Moon Knight flies into the silhouette of the moon, and so it's on to Cairo. But not yet, because Layla is still in the Chamber of the Gods type place, and one of the avatars is still alive. Well, obvious things apart, it's obviously intended to be a closed series, like a long movie. So I would say they could do with a fan edit. So if any of you guys have the rights, or Disney Plus, Marvel themselves, if you are listening ever, then maybe you could do a quick edit of all these series, all of them. I mean, WandaVision apart, which was like all episodes with different themes and very well done. Moon Knight is just one long story, right? So, yeah. Oh, and Hippo God has given away Layla's position to Harrow. we have a new avatar. It was kind of predictable, but the hippo god's avatar is Layla. So apparently, collecting bad souls, bad in quotations, is feeding the alligator god, the crocodile god, and she's becoming larger. You know what? This purple souls thing reminds me of uh, Devil May Cry. You know, very nice. Oh, here we go. Layla as an avatar is looking pretty good. And out come the wings. Alright, I don't know. I thought she was going to be sort of like a hippo because the god is a hippopotamus. But alright, let's see how this goes. Okay, so God is fighting God, huge pyramid level gods, and Moon Knight is fighting Harrow, and I don't know who Layla is going to come up against. Probably gonna team up with Moon Knight and beat the hell out of Harrow. One more ethnicity included in Marvel's Rainbow. So that's the first Egyptian superhero that we see in the MCU. Layla as the avatar of Tavaret, the hippo god. What? I don't believe they did the blackout thing again. I guess ultra violence, like in A Clockwork Orange, is not going to be shown in the MCU. And Layla is asking him, what the hell was that? And he says, I blacked out. Bit disappointing, to be honest. I think they've tried to do sort of an Inception type thing, levels after levels. So as soon as Moon Knight gets his powers taken away from Khonshu by stopping being his avatar, he descends back into the mental hospital. That was the chapter Asylum, in which they met the hippo god and were in the sands of the underworld and stuff. And now they are back in apparently what is the most real world. So let's see how this ends. Falls flat on his face, and I'm pretty sure, yep, directed by Mohammed Diab. Okay, so I've seen the season finale of Moon Knight, and I think that it needs tighter editing as a series. It's obviously left that whole question of whether it was a dream or whether they are split personalities or whether a alternate reality thing is happening in the MCU. But overall, I think as a standalone series, it stands well. It doesn't take much from any of the rest of the MCU. So yeah, but now May the 4th be with you is over with a nice season finale, I would say. Good watch. Should watch, but not a must watch. Okay, but speaking of must watches, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is coming day after tomorrow, and on Sunday, if I can manage to, I will definitely go see it in theaters as you want Disney Plus. But yeah, as far as OTT series goes, good watch. Alright, I'm Akshat signing off, and if you're a fellow Marveler, Excelsior, like I said at the beginning, make sure you tap that subscribe button for awesome acts fun. And the latest dig is check out my Ladakh trip shorts. They are bite-sized fun and a few long ones as well, because if you're enjoying nature, why not enjoy it for some time? Am I right? Alright, ciao. Post-credit scene time. Ethan Hawke is drugged up and in a wheelchair, and he's being taken away with the scales tattooed on his arm, and violence has been happening. who has come to get him out, because he is the human form of the crocodile god Amit. Are we going to be seeing an MCU tie-in here? Oh, he gets thrown into the back of a huge limousine. Khonshu is sitting in the limousine in a suit. So I guess he's picking up a bit from Mr. Knight. But something wicked this way comes. Jake Lockley. Okay, so Jake Lockley has been introduced as another personality of Oscar Isaac. I mean, Moon Knight. Spectre. Spectre is also a James Bond villain organization. But okay, that's it. That's the end. So thanks so much for watching, and I would love to know what you guys think about Moon Knight. Of course, they obviously leave things open for a second season, next season. So I was kind of expecting a post main credits scene, which is what has happened. I'm going to forward through the credits just to be sure that there isn't another scene, and yeah, there doesn't seem much like it. All right, thank you so much for watching, fellow Marvelers. And if you're wondering whether you should watch Moon Knight or not, you could, but it's not really necessary. What's more important is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which comes out day after tomorrow. All right, may the Force be with you on May the 4th. May the 4th. And thanks so much once again for watching. Tap that subscribe button for awesome Max fun. I'm Axat, signing off. Okay, so when the Moon Knight series ended, Falcon and the Winter Soldier started, and the first episode, New World Order, kind of reminded me of a few things about that series as well. But I'm not going to delve into that because you can check that out on the video linked in the description. I'll try and find it and put it as soon as I upload this. So Moon Knight was a good watch. The season finale was slow in the first half, but good action in the second. Not a very satisfactory ending, but they had to leave things open for a second season, so that's what they did. And this was my no spoiler 1-minute review of Moon Knight. If you are a fellow Marveler, Excelsior! Make sure you tap that subscribe button for awesome Max fun. I'm Akshat, signing off.